The entire place is decorated with flowers. The gazebo is looking ethereal with flower thread and candles. Hoseok was blushing furiously. More than Jia, he is blushing. On the other hand, Taehyung is seething in anger. Jungkook stood beside him. I don't know what this feeling is. I don't know if it's called beautiful or magical. All I know is this is peaceful. With you everything seems beautiful. Whenever I am with you I really smile a lot. Hoseok smiles brightly. In this darkness his smile is glowing like a sunflower. You always smile showing your 132 teeth. Taehyung meddled with his sincere confession. It's not like he is not okay with Hoseok and Jia being together. It's just he is envying all who get their favorite one. Hyungi, don't do this. And humans have 32 teeth. Jungkook scolded Taehyung while pouting. The irritation on Taehyung's bones subsided witnessing his lovely bunny pouting like this. I have 32 teeth, Taehyung. And don't talk disrespectfully. Let me complete it. Hoseok said and took a deep breath and held Jia's hand. Taehyung was about to shout loudly but he couldn't do it either because of Jungkook holding his hand. Jia, you are the only one who ever makes me feel I can fall in love. I can dream about a life filled with your presence. So Jia would love to spend your life with an idiot like me. Will you bless me with your loveliest presence? Will you be my love? Will you love to be my girlfriend? Jia looks at Hoseok with a pure smile. Everyone knows the answer by this beautiful smile. Jia is all red by now while everyone is cheering leaving Taehyung. Jia, let's go Uncle Tilda. Taehyung couldn't complete his sentence as Jungkook put his palm on Taehyung's mouth. Taehyung couldn't even glare at him. He just pouted sadly. I will love you. I will be your girlfriend. Jia squeals in happiness while forwarding his hand to Hoseok's already forwarded hand. Wow, just kiss each other. Kiss, kiss. Jimin cheered while jumping on his place while Seokjin pulled his ear and made him pouted sadly. You little brat, stop saying adult things. Seokjin glared at the new couple, somehow telling them not to do anything right here. Hoseok gave a pitiful look at Seokjin who glared more furiously at him. Jungkook is literally a minor. You guys won't do this shit. But I know about kissing. Also they are in love so they can do this. Jungkook said with a small smile while Taehyung pouted at him. No, they can't kiss each other. She is literally my sister. I won't let that happen. And Hoseok hung, don't you have a sister and mom at home? How can you do this? Taehyung shouted dramatically. He is pretending like a wounded soldier while Yoongi smacks his head from the back. I have mom at home but don't have a wife so this is the only right thing I can do. Hoseok said while winking at Jia. Jia becomes shy after getting the wink from his boyfriend. Hyungi, don't do that. They should kiss after all they are in a relationship now. Don't talk in between. Jungkook glared at him with a cute pout in his lips. And every sense of Taehyung's vanished at the very moment. He nodded his head with a cute pout in his lips. On the other hand Hoseok sealed his lips with Jia. They didn't move their lips nor did they involve their tongues, just a peck. Jia is blushing messed up now. Everyone left from there with Taehyung and Jungkook. Taehyung is crying while keeping his head on Jungkook's shoulder. Jungkook patted his head lovingly trying to find a reason for Taehyung's crying. Taehyung's crying reason is something no one can understand. How can this witch do this to me? Now who will fight with me? Who will poke her nose in my matter? She is going to leave me. She is such a pain to ruin my every good deed. Taehyung keeps rambling while Jungkook just sighs. Hyungi, stop crying now. You should be happy for Nuna. She is your sister, and it's not like she is getting married. Now stop crying and we have class. Jungkook played with Taehyung's hair while pulling it softly occasionally. Jungkookie, you know Jia is special to me. She is such a witch that you want to kill her. Taehyung wanted to say something more but Jungkook stopped him before saying something more. For hours he is saying the same thing. Hyungi, you know Aram is talking about you. She really likes you a lot. And you know Sue is being dramatic about my study. She is complaining about our busy time. Jungkook diverted the conversation easily. Taehyung sniffled loudly, wiping his nose on Jungkook's sleeve like a child who lost his favorite candy. He again leaned on Jungkook's shoulder with a dramatic pout. Jungkook didn't complain, just looked at him with that half-fond, half-tired expression. Hung, stop crying and you're literally crying because your sister got a boyfriend. Jungkook sighs knowing how dramatic Taehyung is. He knows Taehyung is sad because he is thinking Jia would be married off but that was really far away. That's exactly why no one understands me. Taehyung said and stomped his foot like a toddler, only to wince because he stepped on a stone. Jungkook chuckled at his babyish features. This stupid stone, don't be this dramatic. You will hurt yourself, Jungkook said while still caressing Taehyung's hair. Why don't you love me, Jewel? Please love me, Taehyung asked with a painful voice. This time the pain isn't dramatic but raw. Taehyung surely is an overdramatic person, but for Jungkook he can be anything. You're in my life is totally different, Hyungi. I can't be a match for you. You are everything in this Xylos and I am nothing. You deserve someone better. Besides, we are still young to talk about this. Jungkook did say this, but the tremor in his voice is something saying clearly how painful the word is for him. How can he dream of Taehyung when Taehyung is the richest man's son in this entire planet, but their Jungkook does part-time jobs for feeding himself and his grandma and sister. Taehyung lifted his head slowly from Jungkook's shoulder, eyes swollen and shining like a child abandoned in the middle of a fair. He is hurt by the word his beloved Jewel just said. His fingers curled around Jungkook's wrist. He is holding Jungkook tightly and might be fearing something. So you think we are not qualified to love? Kooky, I am 18 and you are 17. At least we understand our feelings. Taehyung said desperately while Jungkook just lowered his head. Sometimes he thinks about listening to Taehyung and forget about the entire Xylos, but then he remembers about his grandma and sister. Taehyungi, you know I also have a beautiful family. Mom, Dad and me. I wasn't like this. I used to smile a lot, but things can't go as you wish. I lost everything and now I have only Ma and Eunha. Jungkook said to swing his legs while looking at the moon. Tonight the moon is looking breathtaking. I am not saying there is something wrong with you and me, Jewel. I am just saying something you deserve. But I won't force you. Let's just give each other some time. Taehyung smiled softly. Jungkook needed time and Taehyung would obviously give him that. Also Jungkook has disturbed life, which is obviously going to leave some trauma. Won't you sleep? Tomorrow we have to wake up at 5 in the morning. Jungkook said softly while Taehyung pouted, not really liking the idea of leaving his Jewel. But anyway he stood up and followed Jungkook. Both start walking through the stony pathway while talking about unimportant things. At morning everything was all okay in the class. Everyone had a great day. Now all are standing in Alchemy class. Taehyung is pouting, glancing at the stardust which is reacting unusually. Taehyung's irritation is clear, but the cute pout on his lips isn't working much. This thing hates me. Look at it. It's literally sparkling with attitude. Don't you have manners? Taehyung said enough loudly while the whole class looked at him. Some even laugh loudly as Taehyung is being utterly dramatic. Taehyung, it's dust. It does not have feelings. Stop being overly dramatic, Jimin said, rolling his eyes. He looks at his cauldron trying to make a strong potion so Yoongi doesn't sleep anywhere and everywhere. Everything has feelings, Chim. But a heartless chicken like you won't understand it. Taehyung huffed and looked at the teacher pitifully. The teacher shook his head, refusing to help as this is a test for the students. Hyungi, stop glaring at it like you want to adopt it. Focus on your cauldron. It will surely react the way you want. Jungkook said with seriousness while Taehyung just nodded his head with a pout in his lips. Stop pouting and do your work, Taehyung. How can you expect it to work when you, Minho, Bogum and Hoseok are doing anything but focusing on mixing herbs? The teacher scolded all the students who rarely do something but keep doing something to disturb the whole class. Taehyung glanced at the whole class and noticed not just him but others are also becoming overly dramatic. Bogum forgot to add herbs to the cauldron. Instead he adds water to it. Minho is busy stirring the potion he already made a week ago. And Hoseok is busy plucking roses as if he is in the garden waiting for his lover. Taehyung sighed and turned his head slightly, only to stare at Jungkook instead. The only work he does with great patience and dedication. Also he doesn't even care about anyone or anything. His only concern is his Jewel. Jungkook can feel the gaze but he ignored the gaze. His cheeks turned pink. He didn't glance at anything, fearing everyone would see his face. He stepped forward to start his own assignment. He arranged his herbs neatly on the silver plate, the freshly cut moonmint leaves. Okay, just mix it slowly, clockwise, gentle reaction. You can do it, Jungkook. Jungkook whispered to himself. Don't know why today he is fearing to ruin something. He never felt this way before, that had increased his fear. Taehyung walked over to him and peeked at the silver plate. Jungkook also glanced at Taehyung. Then he slowly added the herbs. Everything seemed normal. The faint smell of mint filled inside the cauldron. Jungkook bit his lips, still fearing about something he couldn't name. But suddenly the herbs sparked. Then a soft cracked sound landed on Jungkook's eardrums. Huh, why is it tilde? Jungkook couldn't even complete his sentence. Before he could finish, the cauldron glowed a sharp violet color. That's not good, Jungkook. Move away tilde. Yoongi couldn't even complete his sentence when a sudden loud sound erupted inside the class. Boom. The mixture exploded in a sudden burst of light. Jungkook stood frozen at the place. He doesn't even have any time to react. But Taehyung did take action. He launched himself and grabbed Jungkook by the waist and turned him around. He stood pressing Jungkook's head into his shoulder while he shielded him completely with his body. Then a sudden blast hit. Taehyung's back arched sharply from the impact. He hissed of pain escaping his mouth. The heat burned through his robe. Hyungi. Jungkook's voice cracked as he talked more. The sudden freeze-ness disappeared and he regained his senses. Hung, you're hurt. Jungkook's lips wobble with subsided sobs. His tears start falling thinking Taehyung is hurt because of him. He wanted to come out from the grip but Taehyung didn't let go. His arms only tightened around Jungkook's waist. The grip is protective. I'm fine. Are you okay? Tell me you're okay, Jewel. Is it burning? Taehyung said through gritted teeth, trying to sound unaffected. But the feeling is killing him almost. The pain is really crucial. His entire back is burning. Jungkook pushed him forcefully and held his arms. He came to the other direction and saw the stained robe hanging loosely around Taehyung's shoulder. He took off the robe and pulled Taehyung's shirt up. The action was so hurried that Taehyung couldn't even react or stop him. Jungkook gasps looking at Taehyung's back. The skin underneath flushed deep red, almost blistering. Hyungi, your back, oh my god. Why did you shield me? Look here, you are hurt now. Is it burning too much? Teacher, please help him. You have knowledge about the exact herbs, right? Hyungi, are you feeling too much pain? Jungkook's tears spilled out simultaneously. He didn't intend to cry but seeing Taehyung in pain hurt more than he expected. I told you everything has feelings. Even exploding herbs. Taehyung whispers with a weak smile. Jungkook didn't say anything, just glared at him. Hung, this is not funny. Jungkook's voice trembled, hands shaking as they hovered over the burnt area, afraid to touch, afraid to hurt him more. His lips wobble and a lone tear escapes from his eyes. Taehyung turned and cupped Jungkook's cheek with his uninjured hand. His thumb brushed lightly in Jungkook's soft babyish skin. You're safe, Jewel, that's all that matters to me. Taehyung whispered in a heartbroken, sincere tone. And Jungkook's breath broke, almost a sob he tried to swallow. He didn't want to cry in front of Taehyung but he couldn't control. It hit your back because of me. Why do you keep doing this, Hyungi? Look how badly you are hurt. Your back is burned, Jungkook whispered in a cracked voice. He wanted to see Taehyung's back. He wanted to cry loudly. The injury in Taehyung's back is hurting him more. Because it's you, Kookie. I'll always run to you first. Even when my life is in danger. Even when my breath is giving up, Jewel. Taehyung said with utmost sincerity that Jungkook couldn't help but sob. His heart is ripping apart. He doesn't know the pain would have intensified if he didn't see Taehyung getting hurt like this. Hyungi, let me help you. Please. You are in pain. I will surely help you. Jungkook requested with a trembling voice while tears dripped down his chin now. Step aside, Jungkook, the professor said while walking in the scene. He glanced at Jungkook. Sir, please help him. He's hurt badly. His back is burned because of me. He is in pain, Jungkook said and sobbed hysterically. He stood beside Taehyung holding his arm stubbornly. Professor Haenul softened at the desperation in Jungkook's voice. He wasn't able to say anything watching Jungkook crying painfully. With a gentle nod, he pulled a small crystal vial from his pocket. The vial is shimmering with gold and green hues. Healing elixir of Solara. This is for burns of any severity. This will heal him completely. No need to cry like this. Jungkook, stop crying for now. Taehyung will be okay in some minutes, the professor explained while uncorking the crystal vial. Taehyung didn't even blink. He took the potion immediately, but his hands were trembling. But it's not from pain, but from Jungkook crying. Nothing in this world has the power to hurt him like this. Only Jungkook can hurt him like this. Only Jungkook has the power. Hyungi, wait, let me help you, Jungkook said softly, wiping his face with the back of his shaky hand. Taehyung's eyes softened like melting honey. He cupped Jungkook's right cheek while handing the vial over. Okay, Jewel, but be careful, Taehyung said and stood still but still his hand was on Jungkook's cheeks. Jungkook uncorked the potion with delicate precision, then glanced at the professor. I need to pour it directly, Jungkook asked, voice quivering with delicate urgency. He wants to erase the reason for Taehyung's pain but all he can do is wait for a second which seems longer than an hour. Yes, just a few drops. It will spread on its own. The professor replied with a small smile. He is kinda having fun watching these two who are behaving like a couple. Jungkook nodded and stepped behind Taehyung. Taehyung revealed his whole back to him. Jungkook's breath hitched harshly witnessing Taehyung like this. His fingers shook so badly that the vial almost slipped. "Kooky, it's okay. I'm okay," Taehyung whispered softly, turning his head just enough to see his jewel. The back pain was long forgotten in front of Jungkook's tears. "No, you're not. You're hurt," Jungkook choked out in a sob. With trembling hands, he let a few drops fall onto Taehyung's back. The potion glimmered immediately, like spreading like warm sunlight across the burn. A soft hiss filled the air, followed by a glowing wave. Taehyung's skin is like a gentle fire. Within seconds, the redness faded. Within moments, the burn disappeared entirely. Jungkook's tears dropped again. He pressed a hand lightly to Taehyung's back, where the wound was glaring a minute ago. "It's gone. Hyungi, it's gone. You are not in pain anymore. It's gone," Jungkook whispered with a half-smile and half-choked voice. His tone breaking with relief. Taehyung turned fully this time and cupped Jungkook's face with both hands. He can't see his jewel crying and being broken. "See, I'm fine now."